Hey, welcome back to the Central PA Pour and this another live episode. I am Brett.
I'm Dave.
I'm Ben.
Kevin, how are you?
Hey, hello everybody. And yes, we're doing this again, trying to do a little bit more repetitive action on our live stream. So welcome back to the CPP. We have a special guest sitting in our waiting room, but we're going to just do some quick touch-up. Guys, any 4th of July plans coming up? You guys out there too? Anybody got 4th of July plans? Post them in the comments section. Dave, what are you guys playing?
I do.
Oh, you got.
I was taking a walk yesterday, and one of my neighbors behind me says, "Is that guy going to be doing that 4th of July party this year?" And I said,
hey, don't give out my damn address.
They're going to sit in their backyard, and he's going to invite about 20 people over, he said, to his house.
Cool. Yeah, his house, not our house. Ben, what's your 4th of July plans besides what your dad's talking about?
Oh, that's about it for me. We'll be in between houses then, so I'll be back on the Essex Road.
All right. So what I'm hearing is you don't have any particular plans the day after and for July 4th. So that's a party here again for cleaning it up.
Oh shit! You got me.
Yeah.
Dave,
where are you going? I know you said you're going out of town.
Well, not too far out of town. I'm going to my aunt's house. She's got a family reunion going on at her house, and I kind of promised. We've always promised. We've always gone up there year after year on July 4th. So we're going to head out there to her place.
Yep, you're going to miss our big 4th of July party here at the Essex Home Brew Works area.
Well, if you bought the right stuff, we should be able to see it from there. I mean, I don't know.
My wife would have my. So, Ben, before we bring in our guest here tonight, just tell them one last time where they can get us, find us.
At Central PA Pour on all social. Follow, subscribe, share. We really appreciate any time you share our posts we got going on there. So at Central PA Pour, all social, centralpapor@gmail.com.
Yeah, look us up. Give us some comments here tonight. We do have a special guest here tonight. He was one of our first guests. I believe it was number 2 guest that we brought on to the show. So CPP, let's welcome in Brooks Hemauer from Hemauer Brewing Company. Hey, Brooks, how's it going, buddy?
Hey.
Cheers, fellas.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. Cheers, guys. We'll drink a beer with him.
Cheers.
So, Brooks, what have you been up to lately since we last talked to you on our sit down?
Well, I mean, most people can see I'm a little bit lighter in various ways.
So before you go, what happened with that? Was it something your wife wanted you to do, or?
No, this was all me. I was tired of it. It's mainly I was getting tired of the beard getting stuck in everything. I was making our fruit smoothie beer, and I was scooping marshmallow fluff into the fermenter, and somehow my beard got a little bit tangled with some marshmallow fluff, and that was a mess to clean up. As well as the biggest thing is clean out my fermenters. Open the manway to look inside, so I leaned my chest up against it. Well, the beard was long enough, so looking down wasn't the problem. It's to look off to the side, and then it pulls on the beard. That didn't feel so well, and it's just it was 2 years. It was long enough, and I'm not missing it one bit.
And it's summertime, but you know what? I think I saw your post. It went somewhere to a good cause.
Excuse me. Donated to Wigs for Kids. It's a nonprofit organization that, at no cost to the recipients, make wigs for them. And number one, cancer is such a terrible thing. Whether you're 90 years old or you're 40, 30, but I mean, little kids, man. I mean, I got 2 young kids. I mean, they're 11 and 10. I couldn't even imagine having to go through that and watch your child just miserable with chemo treatments. And if I can give a little bit of normalcy, I'll call it, in life to them, I'm more than willing to do it. I mean, I can grow hair. That's cheap to do. I just got to put up with it. But like I said, if I can just give that little bit of normalcy to their life, I'm more than willing to do it. And hopefully it goes to a good home.
Kudos to you, man. You look good, by the way. It looks real good. You look
Thanks.
like
I
some
mean,
of the earlier pictures they got if you do a Google search. So
yeah. Yeah, it's my showers are like 2 seconds now compared to 20 minutes of detangling the hair. And, it was long overdue, and I kept telling all the regulars that I'm going to do it, and they're like, yeah, you said that last 6 months and you haven't done it yet. And so I finally got it. I finally did it, and my wife scheduled me the appointment, and she had a photo session that day, so she's like, I don't want to see any text messages, nothing at all. So I went, got my hair cut, came home, shaved the beard off with the razor, nice and smooth. And I had to work at the tap room. Came back that night, and she was up in the office. And hey, you gonna come down and look at me? She came down. She was speechless. She's like, you don't even look like yourself.
I can
and
tell
then,
you, growing up, my dad had a beard all his life. And I remember sitting around the dinner table, and one night he came out to sit down at the dinner table, clean shaven, looked like a totally different person. And my
Mhm.
brother and I fell off our chairs, laughing our butts off onto the floor. So literally rolling on the floor, laughing our asses off. So what do you got new up there going on the brewery? You got some new beers you're working on, or some new releases?
Yeah, and actually, the one I'm drinking right now is a Vienna Lager. We just released that last week. It's the first time I've ever done one. I've been wanting to do one for a while, and this one is awesome. I mean, I think this is I'll call it label worthy. So ramp it up the big scale and get a custom label for it, because it's good and malty. It's crisp, refreshing, hot summer day. I mean, I've crushed several crawlers I brought home for taste testing, quality control purposes. Let's see what else we got going on. We had a spruce tip amber or brown ale where I used the new growth of evergreen trees instead of hops. So it imparts a lot of citrus characteristics from it, similar to hops, but very, very unique. We still have that on. Same thing with the lager. Last week I made an experimental IPA using Omega's Cosmic Punch, which is a I call it bioengineered yeast to express the thiols. Excuse me, thiols is the term. That thiols are a compound of aroma, and I've been researching this like a couple months, and I said the hell with it, let's just do it, try it. And I also used Phantasm powder, which is a crushed Sauvignon Blanc grape from New Zealand.
New Zealand.
I was able to actually get a hold of some, thankfully, and I should have bought more because I went back the next day to buy more and they were already sold out. So I'm grateful for the 5 pounds I got.
We featured that on one of our episodes when we did DJs. I think Ben up at Fourscore was one of the first ones I saw that had it, and then Breweries in PA had an article about it. So it was like, this is something that's going to come. And the article said it's expensive and hard to find.
Yeah, so it's not cheap. But I mean, for everything, the science behind it, the graphs are saying that this. I mean, I even took just a gravity sample to see how it was fermenting, and it smelled like it was dry hopped, and I didn't even put any dry hop in it. So, very, very intrigued by it, and I did use some Mosaic Cryo hops. First time I ever used Cryo hops before, so that should come out next weekend. So I'm excited to see how that turns out. Just brewed a lemon shandy here this week on Tuesday, so that's probably out middle of next month. In cans to go as well too. So a lot of stuff going on.
Did you clear it with your wife to come to the 4th of July party that Kevin was mentioning here, the house that you've been invited to with your kids? And then you can bring some of that beer down with you.
Yeah, I'd love to make it. Unfortunately, I'm working on the 4th. We're going to be open here at the tap room, so I consider ourselves.
July 2nd is the party.
That's what, Saturday
the 2nd.
I'd have to look at my schedule and see, because I at least have the farmers market in the morning and see where we lie. We actually have one of our employees. He's out for the month. He's in the National Guard, so he's in California for a month. So we thank him for his service, and tell him to have a good time.
Seems like a great time to ask about your participation in the Adapt and Overcome collaboration.
Rather fitting, being a veteran-owned business, thanks to my wife, and we had an opportunity to hire Matt, and I mean, straight up guy, and my wife and I were very excited. And first thing I did because we were actually at CBC in Minneapolis when we did the interview through Zoom. because we were kind of going through a little bit of a shortage, and it's like, I don't care, we got to get this done, we got to get them wrapped up. And first thing I said, just thank you for your service. And and he was kind of taken aback that I even mentioned that, because most of the time his previous employers were giving him a hard time when he had to go to to do his one weekend a month. So it's very, I mean, it is what
they're
it
not
is.
supposed to do that, but they do.
It's so that's why we make it very easy for him. Just let us know when you want to when you have to go, and you got the time off, and we're not going to discriminate against you for serving our country. If not, we salute you for it. So but actually, funny thing with Adapt and Overcome, we just kicked the last keg here about 10 minutes ago.
Oh, did you? Dang.
Yeah. So I mean, and then
thanks for holding us our couple cans back for us so we could sample it and have it ourselves. So I got one still in the fridge that I'm kind of like hesitant, kind of like your Gems Pink Boot Society. I held on to that thing forever before I finally. Shit, I got.
It's an IPA. Drink it. Just drink it.
I did. So, well, speaking of drinking, we know what you're drinking right now. That's your new beer you're going to come out, guys. Dave, what do you got in your glass?
Well, I have an Erdinger Dunkel. I can turn that around because it's not a Guinness. It's in a Guinness glass, but I have a Dunkel in here, and it's a dark beer, and it's very good. I like it. I have a 6-pack that every once in a while I'll pull one out and pop the top off of it.
We have some more beer tasting nights. Ben, what are you pouring? What are you pouring, Ben?
I got a slab cabin from Autos in State College. I was up there last week for a work conference and got a sampler while I was there. I asked if you got a flight. I said, and they said, yeah, sure. We give our top 6 best sellers. So,
you don't even get to pick. They just give it to you.
Yeah, they just gave it to it, which it was fine with me. It covered the whole spectrum. So, and then I grabbed some of these to go, and I actually bought a 6-pack for you guys, but I ain't seen you in a while, so I think we're down to 3 or 4.
I will tell you, DJ's has autos in there because Sebastian was just showing me a couple autos, and I'm like, maybe I'll get that later. But Kev, what are you pouring?
I got to Keep It Crunch granola stout. I'm catching up from all the time I wasn't drinking, so I'm trying the old ones that I didn't try.
Well, I'm pouring a Schmamba. This is from this is a collab with Imprint and Fourscore, and I got it in my Fourscore cup. And Brooks, nice. I'm gonna have to get a glass from you. I don't have a Hemauer glass. I got my Hemauer hat, but I don't have a glass.
Looks great.
So this is an orange sickle, and I tell you what, it tastes like orange creamsicle. So
it looks like a milkshake.
It does. It looks fucking delicious. So cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Drink some.
Cheers.
Brooks, you just added Under the Bridge cider to your Untapped here. Did I see that right? Do you guys do a lot of business with them?
Yeah. Kevin and I did a lot of homebrew competitions together, and he and I would always 1-2 all the time. Thankfully for me, I was mostly winning all of them, but they were also beer events, and he was serving cider. But he and I both were like, "Oh yeah, we're going pro. I can't remember. I think we got there about the same time, and then he asked me, he's like, "Hey, do you want to get some cider on?" I'm sure. I mean, let's try it out. And there's a blueberry cider that's a little bit high octane. It's over 9%, but everyone loves it. So that's another. And I actually got a 6-still of a pineapple and coconut cider as well too. That once the blueberry goes, we'll put that on. So I'm really intrigued. And actually, one of the employees today. Came up to me, was like, what is that? When did you get that? I'm like, well, put that on in a couple days. We gotta work through the old stuff first, and figured that, it's going to get hot as can be. And it's, be perfect summer cider. And I like to give something to people as well too.
Clean. Yeah.
That just caught my eye because I got my notifications on for when you add something. And oddly enough, Daniel, I think it was from Under the Bridge, reached out to us today to book an episode. So I just caught my eye. So
yeah, you have to put the good word in that how good of people we are, and it's fun to sit down with us.
yeah. Kevin's a good guy, and actually he former Coast Guard, I do believe, as well too. Yeah. So I mean, another awesome. Military member, and great guy.
Yeah, we just had Gems Farms on
2 weeks.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that episode's getting ready to release. So they were part of that at Adapt and Overcome, and he's 22-year Navy veteran. So, kudos. So, talk about pineapples. I picked up a Desperate Times pineapple Kolsch. It's like, it was interesting, and Sebastian said it just came in, so I'm like, I'll give it a try. Pineapple Kolsch.
Hey, Brooks. Hey, do you have any events coming up?
Next
Beer
month
events.
we have the Dauphin County Brew Fest. We'll be at that.
Oh.
I'm going back into the beer festival scene again after a 2-year hiatus. I always enjoyed that event, and I actually just got our new personalized tent as well too, with backdrop and everything. I've been kind of putting off for a while, and I finally spent the money and actually released I put everything together earlier this week. I think it was on Tuesday, and sent a picture to the High Rollers, our Mug Club members, just to show, hey, look for this. And as well as I just booked our Oktoberfest.
I saw that you posted.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That just came down today. I booked, the biggest thing was the food truck. There's a local gentleman who owns Smoke and Pickles. It's an artisanal butcher shop, but they have a food truck, and last year I would do some neighborhood sales events with them, food truck beer pairing, and reached out to him and say, hey, could you do some authentic German food for us? He's like, yeah, we can do that, and we're going to release our Marzen probably before in September, but he's like, give me some of the beer, I'll make like a pork gravy with it as well too. So
oh wow.
So
I think that
17th.
Man.
Hold on.
Pretty much the month of October on weekends, I'm going to be done.
15th,
Kevin, you're available on the 22nd, right?
It's the 15th.
Yeah.
It's the 15th. So
yeah, okay.
Yeah. Now I'm just trying to get the tent rental, Porta Johns, the what else? The entertainment as well too. Seeing if I can find like a polka band or something like that, Oompa band to go along with it. We want to do the Stein holding competition as well too. So I got to get some liter steins, and then what else?
Would you say lederhosen?
Lederhosen.
Kevin, you're going to Germany a lot. You might be able to help Brooks there with some of this stuff.
I could. October. Just let me know what you need.
I tell you what, we're going to put a challenge out to Kevin. When next trip to Germany, he's got to come home with some lederhosen and then come up there and show him how to hold steins.
No, he needs to take me in his carry-on, because I've yet to be to Germany. It's number one on my list. Hopefully next year.
Go.
So,
but we got
you're at the.
I'll get there 2 times this year.
Who was talking?
Go ahead, Ben.
So you're at the is it the Dillsburg Farmers Market every week, every Saturday morning? I see you posting on there.
Yep. Every Saturday morning,
Nice.
I'm there selling 4-packs, as well as if there's something, if you're not a member of our newsletter, because my wife will put out our weekly newsletter on Friday, just, new beer releases, any entertainment going on the weekend, as well as what I'm bringing to the market. And I, tell everyone that if there's something that you would like, maybe like the Vienna Lager or the Spruce Tip beer, and it's not in 4-pack form, just do an online order, for a crowler, and I'll bring it to the market for you. So to give,
Cool.
people a little bit more flexibility when it comes to what's offered to them there. So it's done very well for us. I mean, people ask me, oh, do you do well at it? I tell them simply this: it's good enough to get my butt out of a bed early in the morning on Saturday.
Sounds like you're pretty much running 7 days a week, bud.
Yeah, pretty much. And, I love it. It's this is our busy season, so it's long weeks, especially having to close on, all day Friday and Saturdays, which my wife's trying to work me out of the mix, sort of speak. It's getting a little overwhelming, in the summertime. We're just starting right now, but there's just a lot of stuff going on. I just finished a grant application that for capital improvement, so hopefully maybe to pay for our expansion. We'll see what happens with that. So yeah, could be a big game changer for us. So I wanted to, just was working on it for getting estimates of build outs and equipment, and working on it for about 3-4 weeks. And this was a Tuesday morning. I finally said the hell with it. It's not going to get any better. I just submit it and cross my fingers and forget about it. So hopeful that that comes through, because it'll be big things for us in the future
Cool.
if that comes through. I mean, there's going to be big things regardless. It just helps to have some help in the endeavor.
Yep, and I think even when we sat down and had our interview and our episode with you, you could tell the passion that's in your voice with this. So, and it hasn't changed. It sounds like it's ramping up even more.
Yeah, it's. I mean, we're in an interesting time. I'm sure, Brett, you've seen this with your business as well too, with fuel prices, with food prices, and it's kind of tough right now. That you got to be very mindful of your expenses and where you're spending your money at, and needs versus wants. I'm a big proponent of that. If we need it, I mean, we had our little food cooler that we prepare food on go down last month. I need it. We got to have it. So you got to get it. It's is it something that we can kind of make go until next month? And no, we need it. So just trying to be mindful of expenses and still be as profitable as we can be to get through this little bit of a interesting period this summer. May bring it into maybe early. I'm thinking early next year.
Yeah, it's gonna linger for a little bit. So I think the reason you cut your hair also is because you're still doing that yoga on Sunday mornings, aren't you? It's probably getting all sweaty, hanging on your neck and all that.
Yeah, actually, there's a point in yoga at the bare end, like last 10 minutes, where you just lay on your back and just like go. I just go to sleep.
I'd be asleep, man. I'd be asleep.
Yeah. It's so relaxing. That's usually the part that I work for, and I think I'm gonna come out with a T-shirt, whatever that name is. I can't remember how to say it, but I'm here for working for that and beer. For some merch idea. So no, it was always up, and then trying to lay on my head without a pillow or something. It was always kind of in the way, and so it's just I don't miss it one bit. I'm glad to be done with it.
Yeah, that's good. So, Kevin, you got any questions there for him?
How was that anniversary party? I was out traveling.
Oh yeah, that's right. God, it's been what was it? March when we talked last March when we had
I think it was. Yeah, it was early March or late February. I can't remember. It was in March. Yeah. And your anniversary party was coming up in April.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. It just, the biggest thing, the one uncontrollable that I had no influence on was the weather, and it was perfect. It's like 72 degrees, sunny, little bit of a breeze, and it just, everything went so well. I mean, I put on like 26,000 steps just walking back and forth and kind of just floating around, talking to people, talking to the regulars, and kind of being the face of the business. And it was exhausting, but it was fun. It was exhausting, a great time. Great turnout. I mean, it was profitable for us as well too, for all the hard work I put into it. We still have the birthday cake seltzer as well as the fruit smoothie beer. Still available, which I made way too much of it, but oh well, such is life. But we still have those two available, for it.
So it was nice. You had the whole parking lot.
Well, it wasn't on the backside. We have a loading dock area.
Okay.
Yeah, and I wanted to go with like a 40 by 40 tent, just like be huge and everyone could be underneath it. But local township doesn't allow that without inspection. Blah blah blah. I won't bore you with the details. But but we could do 2 10 by 10, so basically a 10 by 20, and it was perfect, absolutely perfect. So there's people, if people wanted to be in the shade, they could go underneath the tent, but they wanted to be out in the sun, there's still plenty of room for them. People brought lawn chairs, there was cornhole going, we had entertainment, music, three people performing. We had 2 food trucks, which they sold out of their food. I mean, the one food truck guy, owner came up to me. He's like, I've never seen this before. We do a lot of these festivals and stuff like that. He's like, I've never seen so many people at a establishment with their memorabilia and their merchandise on. I don't know if there was like some talk.
Froze. Did we kill his battery?
We must have jammed his frequencies. Somebody jammed my frequencies.
Well, hey, we got some other beer news we can go over real quick while we get this situated.
I'm gonna take him out right now and put him back in later if I see him move again.
Yeah, no problem.
So What do you got going on, Ben? You got some beer news, you said?
The best and worst part about summer is that, got a couple beach vacations planned, but all the damn fun beer stuff is going on the weekends that I'm gone.
Yeah,
which is
I saw that.
unfortunate. But let me see. We got like the one in York. What was that called? Brews and Bats?
That's coming up the 9th. I was going to bring that up.
Oh man,
Brett, that's the one I was talking about last couple of weeks ago when I was telling you. I just couldn't remember the name.
Is that the one you get batting practice and beer sampling and all that? That shit sounds so fun.
Yeah, it does. I was going to bring that up, and that's at the York because and then I saw what you were talking about, Brooks, the Dauphin County Brew Fest. So we were just before you kind of froze up.
Technology is amazing when it works.
we took you out and we were talking about some of the upcoming events coming up and the Bats and Brews in here at the York Revolution Stadium at People's Bank Park. That's the Saturday the 9th. I'm at Bike Week, so Dave will be at Bike Week with me. So
yeah, that will be.
He's with the band.
With the band.
With the band.
Dave,
what else is going on? I think I saw some other stuff. What's that, Kev?
Did you get Dave a pair of those assless chaps?
Yeah.
What was it? I missed that. What was it?
So I think Effort has got something coming up sometime this month, the 25th. It's their Brew Fest. I don't know if you've heard anything about that. I don't know much of any like new breweries and stuff that we used to talk about. We just talked about the Gems Farm that we're releasing that episode on Saturday.
Yep.
And then that led us to Back Porch Brewing, which is in Carlisle. They're getting ready to open this year. I don't know if you know them, Brooks, or not.
No, I don't.
But we are sitting down with them to record their episode this Sunday.
Cool.
So we're moving along and trying to build this thing.
Yeah.
I wish the live audience would be a little bit more.
It'll grow.
It'll grow.
Yeah.
It'll grow.
Got to keep chugging away.
Yeah.
Keep plugging away.
I think what'll happen, as long as we can stay consistent and do this on a regular basis, we'll start to grow that. You had mentioned you did a brown ale.
Mm-hmm.
Well, just last week, instead of a live episode, we released our Essex Home Brew Edition for CPP. We bottled a Brewer's Best Imperial Brown Ale.
Okay, nice.
Turned out pretty good, I think. I didn't screw this one up. We'll see.
Yeah.
Good.
I was tempted to crack one of the bottles tonight, just being a week in the bottle to see what it did. But I'm going to give it another week or so.
Yeah, I'm sure it's probably carved somewhat. It may not be fully carved yet, but
right.
It's a brown ale. It'll last.
I tell you what, that the red Irish stuff, the red Irish ales, the brown ales, the wee heavies. You still need to bring back your English style bitters.
Oh,
that was the first one I ever had was up at your tap room. And you and I talked. You thought about doing that again.
Yeah, I haven't made that in a while. And actually, I wanted to do it, and I bought a little vial of yeast to do a yeast starter to do it, and things got busy. Other flagships needed to be made. So it's a style I really enjoy drinking myself. Summertime, it may not happen till fall. I want to do a cream ale yet as well too, and so there's still lots of stuff that's going on. I got to make our next Pivot Parts version. I got to make Lucky Lobster again. We're running down. Actually, I think we have like 3-4 packs left, and I got an extra half barrel at home in the garage that I'm probably gonna run off on cans so we don't run out. So it's busy. I mean, it seems like it's slower, but beer's going. So
what's the next focus on the Pivot Parts?
It's going to be Mosaic.
Mosaic. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to be Mosaic, and I got some Mosaic hops I need to use, so that was part of the reason. Never. Actually, that was the first time I've ever done it, but I did it with Mosaic only, and turned out well. I actually used some honey on it as well too, but I decided to scrap the honey idea and just go straight the grain bill for it, and turned out nice, and I'm excited to see it. So that's going to be probably brewing that not this upcoming week, but the following week, because I got to get that going. Because like I said, we just kicked the Adapt and Overcome. We still have a little, probably about just a little bit left in the half barrel of the last of the PA Pride that we have, but we have cans as well too. So
Yeah.
Are you,
I thought you were going to be live in your tap room and then bring in some of the people out there taking trivia.
I'm just looking up at the CCTV, and it looks like trivia is done already. We didn't really have a big crowd tonight.
Didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, trivia is a fickle beast. You know, it's
You were doing it was a themed one tonight, wasn't it?
Yeah, this month was all TV shows. So this today we did How I Met Your Mother. Last week was It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
I'd have failed both of them because I never watched one of those episodes of either one.
Well, this one, well, you know, maybe Dave would probably know this one by heart. Next week is Golden Girls. So Dave, I think you're probably that's right up your alley.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You'll probably be the ringer.
Yeah,
you'll be the ringer next week.
I tell you what, I think the next time we actually have either a sit down recording or just sit down and shoot the shit with some beers, I think you and Dave should go head to head on trivia. I think that'd be a pretty close match.
Yeah, you know what? I'd like to think I have a decent memory, but like these trivia questions like are so nuanced. Like, what was the color of the T-shirt in this episode? When, like, I don't know.
I don't know what I wore yesterday.
Right.
What are you wearing now?
I'm wearing my USA Nap. So I'm a Nap auditor, and every summer around the 4th of July is their give back or get back promotion, and it supports the Intrepid Fallen Heroes Fund. So we always get shirts, and we all wear them at the shop, and we take a picture to support the. And this was from a few years ago, but so that's what we'll be doing here. Brooks, you've been a busy man with a lot of stuff going on. We appreciate you giving us a few moments tonight.
Yeah, guys, absolutely.
Before we cheers out, you got any last comments where they can find you? Where how to follow you? By all means, where to get to the tap room?
Sure.
We're not giving out we're not giving out the brewing location, but the tap room will give out.
No, you show up, you'll be asked kindly to leave, and if you don't, the police will be called, and I will not be happy with you. And then you got to watch out for my wife; she's even worse than me.
Oh wow!
Which they typically are.
That's a little funny what I thought you were going to say.
So 1010 Wesley Drive. We're literally 150 yards off of Route 15.
Yep.
And HemauerBrewingCo.com, Hemauer Brewing on Instagram, and Hemauer Brewing Co on Instagram and Facebook, and I just think Hemauer Brewing Co on Twitter. So I'm trying to get the social media done. I've been, having some people help me out with the social media stuff, so that's been a great help for it, because I'm going to need my kids to start doing it soon, because I just don't have time to figure out the latest trends and what's the new reel coming out and all this.
There are some CRM programs I will let you know about that they'll take care of that for you. I'm serious. It might cost a couple bucks, but it's well worth it.
It's all an investment. I chalk it up to marketing that, we just got to get the word out for it, which we're still doing today. And part of the reason why I'm going to go back into the Brewfest scene as well, too, that we're finally open, and we need to, spread the word. And those are the greatest, one of the best marketing opportunities that we can do. So I look forward to Dauphin County. I always have a great time there. Just unfortunate that Gettysburg's not happening this year, but it is what it is.
Bike week is.
I wish I had a bike.
Actually, I'm on the committee, and we brought up some new ideas to see if we could bring in some independent craft brewers or distilleries or something like that. And because of the liquor license up there, they wouldn't allow that to happen. So I think it would be a great opportunity. You guys would do real well up there at the event, but the person that owns the liquor license will not let that happen.
Okay. So it'll compete the liquor license. Yes.
Yeah, it'll compete with their liquor license. Yep. So
yeah, you can't forget that little caveat that compete for it. So yeah, that makes sense now. Don't
Kevin,
blame
any last comments?
No, just thank you again for coming on and spending some time with us.
Absolutely, guys. My pleasure.
Yep. Ben?
Always a pleasure, Brooks. Thanks for joining us, man. Keep up the good work.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Dave, anything new?
No, nothing new. I'm just happy to see Brooks. I remember being up at doing the recording up at your tap room. That was cool. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
But,
that was a fun time.
Yeah, that was fun time. But anyway, yeah, thanks a lot. I appreciate you coming in.
And we still want to get together, and maybe Dave still like to do that walkthrough at your place.
Yeah.
To see the brewing process, and we can put a little video marketing thing together with that.
Yeah, we can make something work. I'll just
Location unknown.
somewhere in northern York County, we'll say.
Somewhere around here.
Yeah. Yeah. And
hey, just to let you guys know, we did get our new stickers in today. They came in. We got 3 different stickers there. We'll have to get you a new sticker. We got 3 different designs going now. Still working on our merch. Trying to lock down a printable logo to get our merch out. But I need to get a glass from you. But what's everybody gonna be drinking to cheers out? Did you change beers, Brooks, or did you just refill? Still drinking that?
Left. Yeah.
I'm going to be drinking the intervals. You talked about an experimental version. This is an experimental from, I think, South County.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been down to that location?
Not yet. I'd love
get
to
down there. Get down there, buddy.
Yeah, I'd love to see.
It'll make you envy.
Man, I'd hate to pay that bank bill every month.
I know that, but you know what? It's not on us. We could go and enjoy it. That's all we got to worry about. We ain't got to worry about forking the money over.
Yeah, but it's also better to own it though too.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Dave, what have you been drinking?
I'm going to have a Liquid Hero German Pilsner.
There we go.
So
Good choice.
Yeah, Ben, what do you got? You're still drinking yours?
I am on the Liquid Hero as well, irregardless IPA.
All right.
Oh, there you go.
Kevin, what do you got? I hope it ain't that freaking Mick Ultra.
No. It's I went from a stout to a sour ale. It's a birthday cake snow cone by Rotunda.
Oh, cool.
One extreme to the other.
Whatever it takes.
So Brooks, hey man, I appreciate it again. You coming on
guys.
here. Best of luck. So if you're out there listening, let's raise a glass and join the CPP and Brooks Hemauer from Hemauer Brewing Company, and let's all be bonded by beer. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks.
Thanks.